Good morning.
I thought for a second that would be Yoshizawa.
Regarding my father, there isn't anything different about him yet. I can't help but think about a lot of things when I'm just waiting. Things like, did it go well?
Well, I know there's a reason to worry, but they don't know that across the fourth wall.
Thanks. Hearing that from you puts my mind at ease. I guess I'll relax and look after the flower bed. I haven't been able to for a while.
Huh, the flower bed. Wonder if we could make some great vegetables there.
The Phantom Thieves are amazing.
No. We don't want people to atone or die. Otherwise, yeah, that yandere who was creeping up behind us, she would be dead. Welcome back to Persona 5 Royal. Last time, here's where I would put my Kasumi Yoshizawa as a party member, if I had one. Anyway, let's take our minds off of that by doing some more hangouts with people and deepening our friendships, buying some stuff in town, and finding out about Big Bang Burger's seasonal items, or, you know, other places. Autumn bread, huh? It's at the school store too, I guess we could check that out. Also, hi there, what are you gossiping about? Well, yeah, I guess the secret's out now. Are people going to stigmatize the school again? Being like, oh, not only was it the pervert school, but also the daughter of the evil CEO goes there, and also the principal died. Yeah, this school is pretty much cursed at this point. I wonder what they're thinking. They don't care. I mean, maybe this is going to be a turning point in history. Who knows? I mean, Igor was certainly pretty adamant about that. And as you can see, no new dialogue from these two, and that'll be the case for the rest of the entire game. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, yeah, I wanted to see, because there's a voice clip up here that sounds like it's Australian accented. So yeah, we would have heard it just then. I don't know why whoever did that random NPC voice did it with that accent, but they did, and it's amazing. Okay, I just noticed this in the menu, so if you try to go to Roppongi, yeah, that's where Okumura Foods corporate HQ is, but yeah, obviously we have no business there right now. So, today we're supposed to be doing rank 9 of Priestess. I've already done that, so I can do rank 10 of Priestess now, but there's going to be another rank 10 in a few days, and I don't really want to steal that Confidant's thunder. And so, my only other option, because Futaba's not available today, so I can't get back on track with her, is to get even further ahead on Death. Before I do anything else, I just remembered that I actually need to get an affinity reading for Devil, because I skipped that one hangout earlier that said optional. And I actually feel like this makes sense, because this guide kind of neglects Takemi, and this is going to give her back some focus. This also means things are going to get a little interesting, because this is rank 9, and you know what that means for a romanceable confidant. Just bought the cheap option here.
Let's go.
This is going to be doubly interesting as well, because this is the first rank 9 we're going to be seeing where there is a potential rejection flag. But that'll be covered a bit later in this. Just notice the water here, the way it's animated, it's just like a bunch of just lines. You don't really often see the water of the park from this angle. But yeah, this is a significant moment for Takemi, because yeah, they're actually going to be finalizing their medicine. Yes, this is the guy that she pumped full of drugs. But yeah, she's a good doctor. She made sure it was safe. offer, huh? Okay, so you two already know each other. This is one of the few times you get to see her in her casual outfit too. You did all the way at the very beginning of Royal when she made a cameo in LeBlanc.
Thanks.
I'm pretty sure that cameo is Royal exclusive. I do have to say though that I do quite like her casual outfits. Remember like when I said earlier that Hifumi was like the one that I would be interested in if I was self-inserting? The other one is Takemi, I'll just admit that right now. Yeah, I had a feeling it was something like that. Yeah, now that Oyamada is not holding her career back, I'm sure she'll be able to achieve great things, but yeah, it means at the cost of... she won't be a GP anymore. Don't know if that's the correct term to use, general practitioner. It's just kind of my word for, like, friendly local doctor. No! No, but my SP adhesives, I need them! And yeah, she's using that term herself, so I was right. Still working with them, but still still running your clinic. I think that's the best of both worlds for you. Yeah, this line, admittedly, is kind of cheesy, but it works. We don't actually have a tangible reward until rank 10, though. So the interesting thing about rank 10 of Death, which I have mentioned in her Confidant profile, but that was all the way back in literally the first day of interactivity we had, so it's been quite a while, so I'll go over it again. Rank 10 is still daytime on her platonic route, but it's moved to nighttime if you choose her romantic route, so the schedule might change depending on which route you choose. And, yeah, most guides are written to account for either option, though. So, the platonic versus romantic route is actually kind of interesting. This is the first time we're seeing this, though. So if we say I wanted to see you...
Really?
And then we just say, yeah, I'm in love with you.
Fine.
And this is the actual route splits. It's a really kind of cool and creative way to handle the platonic or romantic route. If you refuse the romantic route, you're basically playing it off as a joke, and she likes that, and you actually get points with her for it. If you say it's not a joke, though, that's when things get serious. And yeah, she even thanks you for it. It's just kind of cool how they put like a different spin on the dialogue, like depending on, you know, what you say next. Like if you answer one way, you were joking. If you answer another, you were serious. Same dialogue and it cheers her up regardless. But yeah, it has a different outcome. I think it's just such a better way to handle it than Persona 4's heart-crushing rejections for choosing the platonic routes. I remember when I first played this game and I was doing this Confidant, and I got to this point and I thought, actually that's a really nice way to do the platonic route. And we didn't get sparkles there, but we might if we choose the right option here. Oh no, don't worry, we trusted you, it was gonna be fine. Yeah, I'm glad we saw it through. Okay, we still need more, and I did have a matching persona, so we're gonna have to do an affinity reading. That's fine, it's only 5,000 yen, that's nothing to us right now. But one other thing that I will say is that, yeah, if you didn't choose, I'm your ally, it's for Miwa-chan, or, The one where she says, oh, like, I didn't want to get that worked up, and you say, like, I'm glad you did. Yeah, that's that option. You need to choose at least one of those 3 options. If you didn't choose any of those, she will reject you if you try and say, I wasn't joking, about the romance route. And I have a video of that in my Persona 5 Extras playlist, and I don't mean to brag, but, apparently I was one of the first people online to actually provide good quality footage of that. I only found out about the whole rejections thing when Fither did a video on it, and he didn't have footage of the Takemi one, and I just happened to be doing my P5R test playthrough at the time, so I thought, hey, why not? Let's record the rejection, because I just happened to have a save file from around there. Yeah, so, I'm glad that I was able to help people see footage that they've rarely seen before in this game. So, that's me very ahead on Death right now, still 1 behind on Sun and 1 behind on Hermits, but tonight we are actually supposed to do Devil. So that's, some people would boo that, but I actually think Devil's okay. Huh. I hope this guy is not a hapless schmuck. I hope he's actually an undercover police officer coming to bust this guy. No, it's just a hapless sucker. Okay, then. And these guys have new dialogue. No, please don't try and be more Idanians. Don't ruin that for me. I'm sure there are actually people out there who have him saying
delicious pancakes
as a ringtone. Also, oh no. Please don't tell her it's her chance to be a big shot. I hope that guy loses his drive, and I mean a very specific kind of drive there.
Oh, honey.
Okay, so let's spend some time in the one place that we know in Shinjuku that isn't horrible. And we should be able to reach the next rank of Devil now. Yeah, there we go. Thank you to higher affinity readings. Well, I mean, the Phantom Thieves just took down another major target. You'll find out in exactly 7 days. Not just smack, you'll shmack him if it's not good enough. Is that a good or a bad thing? It's hard to tell with someone like her. Yes, it was a bad thing. Except you're saying that with a smile on your face. And now suddenly serious music, so okay, look, looks like you're in serious mode. So somebody is trying to stop you from investigating the whole Kana issue.
Damn it.
Yeah, maybe not so different to the Phantom Thieves. Yeah, don't give up on everything after this far. Okay, then.
Shit.
Yeah, no, it's not. This is just the thing that happens to a lot of people in this kind of situations. You just think that it has to be your fault if you suggested something to someone that later got them killed, but no, it's the fault of the person who did it. Almost like you actually understand me.
Sorry.
It's kind of funny that she puts it like that, almost implies that nobody else understands her. Okay, that's no new ability, and that's probably a good thing, unfortunately. I really wish this Confidant's abilities were better. It's just, it is weird. Like, I like the actual story of Oya's Confidant quite a lot. It's just that I will admit that I'm not a huge fan of her, like, as a character, and of course, there's her bonuses, so yeah, she just gets a bad... Plus, there's the fact that I do feel like her adult romance route is easily the creepiest of all of the adult options. I know that a lot of people would say that it's Kawakami, but Oya's the only one that outright draws attention to the fact that Joker is a minor and that it would probably be illegal. And it's also one of the few where the adult kind of actually explicitly shows interest sometimes, so yeah, I still find this the creepiest romance route. Well, I'd like to say don't work yourself to death, but okay, good, we don't need another affinity reading. There's a lot of 2 music note options there, I was worried for a moment. Yeah, and there are actually a lot of people who wonder about that partner terminology with Oya. It probably didn't mean anything in Japanese, but the fact that she's at the crossroads, which might be a gay bar, there's some people who think that maybe she and her partner were partners in another sense.
Morning.
Well, he said he'd rescind the offer. However, if something bad happens to him before he gets a chance to do that, then yeah, that's going to be awful for Haru. So yeah, if you say let's do that, you will be taken to the hideout after school automatically. So yeah, let's not do that. We don't really have many requests right now. I'm going to wait until I get more of those. We can defeat the cheater at this point, but I'll save that until the next time we go into Mementos. It's actually kind of funny how that fight goes once you actually have downshot, but we'll see later. But yeah, today we have another one of these Kawakami class free time sessions.
What's going on?
It's pretty impressive that Kawakami is able to call him out and somehow endure getting likely lectured by him for wasting his time.
What do you want to do?
So here is another case where I'm actually ahead of the guide. I'm going to go ahead and finish Master Swordsman, whereas in the guide, you're only starting it at this point. And this will mean that I'll be able to go to Jinbocho and buy some more books. Yes, The Truth of Bushido. As of recording this, I actually just on a whim started playing Fire Emblem Fates Conquest again, so that's what Bushido made me think about. On Lunatic mode, I'm just kind of taking it chapter by chapter, pacing myself. It's pretty brutal, but it's also... It's well designed as far as difficulty goes, I feel. I'm still not a big fan of the seal skills, though. I feel like there should be more ways to counter those. But, like, it's interesting. It's just got a really kind of cool map design philosophy to it.
Yep.
That you don't really see in Echoes and Three Houses. I mean, Echoes is just, you know, a remake, so you can't really fault it for not having great map design, but still. Okay then, so like I said, let's go ahead and check out Jinbocho right now, because now that I've finished Master Swordsman, we should have access to some other books from here. This is also ahead of the guide that I'm currently following, so like, I did say at the very beginning of this that I would be going off script quite a bit, because, yeah,
How can I help?
kind of fits with this game's themes of rebellion and freedom, so yeah, let's buy all of these. Call Me Chief, which, weirdly, that word chief is oyabun in Japanese, which is more of a mob boss thing, so I don't really know why it talks about warm character shows much kindness. Reckless Casanova, which thankfully we're not being in this playthrough. Heroic Revelations, Sharp FE. And this just sounds like an art book for Nier Automata. It's probably about those automatons that you also see in Fire Emblem the Fates, yeah, you need to read all of those in order for him to let you buy the book that unlocks more technical conditions, so, yeah, that's gonna take a while. While I'm here, though, I might as well get a fortune reading for death, because I feel like I might forget later if I don't do it now. Okay, there we go, deepen friendship even further, so that was enough.
What do you think?
So here, the guide says I should be doing Hermit rank 5, but this is actually going to be Hermit rank 4. I need to find some way to make up time with her, but there is plenty of free time in this game. And yeah, thankfully that Kumhanda I fused is not only filling out the compendium, but it's also, yeah, helping with this Confidant. Oh, I know what rank this is, and it's amazing. There's a pretty interesting dialogue choice here. Second boss being the school itself. Well, I mean, that was kind of the first boss of this game. I actually had kind of an idea for, like, making a JRPG at one point based on, like, school and, like, having, like, all of the bosses be based on things like math and history. Like, the history boss could be, like the modern history boss could be, like, some guy in a giant tank or something like that. I don't know. But unfortunately, the school which is picked to go to is Shujin. We have arrived at SCHOOL, Skull. Yeah, that's from one of the Winnie the Pooh movies, which I watched quite a bit as a kid. I just always thought that was funny. That the whole conflict of the story arises because they misread Christopher Robin's handwriting about going to school as that he's... Oh wait, no, it's even better because they misread it as worry about me. I am going far away. It's just, who would write a letter just saying openly worry about me?
I see.
No, you can't just teleport straight back to LeBlanc. That's only a privilege of us via our phone. Oh, already enough for the next rank up. Which means we don't actually have to choose the option that gives the most points for the next choice. But the thing is, I'm going to do it anyway because it's amazing. It's at least good that, you know, one of the high-ranking third years who sort of runs a lot of the administrative stuff around here is also a close friend of Futaba by now, so...
Really?
I don't know when the term trash mob kind of entered the vernacular. I think it's an MMORPG thing. It generally refers to a weak, generic enemy. Yeah, I don't know where mobs came from, but this is interesting. I think I actually mentioned this earlier in one of Kasumi's rank ups, but the fact that the cafeteria has its own 3D modeling like this leads a lot of people to believe that the Shujin cafeteria was supposed to be a place that you could explore, like, during daily life. Cause yeah, it's definitely more detailed as far as 3D models go than most other places that are just Confidant-only locations. Huh. I suppose this does kind of play into some autistic stereotypes of not liking certain types of food touching each other. I don't have ketchup anyway, so, I wouldn't know what a strawberry with ketchup tasted like. Because a lot of those sauces just have tons and tons of sugar put into them. It's just kind of weird. You'll have the regular academic fare here. Textbooks, encyclopedias, study guides, speed reading, books that suspiciously relate to all of the mythological figures that we can summon in battle, and also students who spread rumors and don't like you. At the request of some especially vocal students, I like that. Yeah, I think light novels are called what they are just because they're, like, you know, lighter in terms of page count and maybe vocabulary. But yeah, these days, light novels are kind of mostly full of just kind of bad isekai. Yeah, I will say that I don't like the stereotype that all autistic people are like super geniuses who have like a perfect memory like this. That's usually not true, and it can be kind of harmful to think that. The part about being called a freak, though, is relatable. I'm glad that you have no option to really reinforce that thought here. Yeah, a lot of people feel like that sometimes. Well, we can agree on that, but for different reasons. See, this is actually kind of why I sort of, kind of like, you know, Ren and Makoto as a ship, because, like, they both sweat drop there at the same time. Again, it just feels like they're kind of like the mum and dad of the Phantom Thieves.
No.
I mean, it wasn't as bad as it could have gone. You didn't get lost. You didn't really panic that much this time, but you got sad instead, so... discard and draw, I suppose. So, okay then. This thing right here. For some reason, this actually gives the most points with her, and the reason why is this next line. It's just such a bizarre moment, but apparently...
But...
maybe it just helps, it's just kind of like a joke and it helps lighten the mood. It's just the way that she reacts to it. What kind of weird fetish stuff are you into? I mean, yeah, that's true. The fact that you worry about something is a sign that you care about it. Yeah, definitely take that from someone who has anxiety
a new
issues.
discovery.
Well, I mean, when life gives you lemons, you get mad, make it take the lemons back, and then make an exploding lemon that burns life's house down.
You're right.
And this is a really weird thing to be dwelling on right now, but I only just noticed Futaba's boots are really big. Oh yeah, position hack is pretty great.
All right.
It's kind of silly, and it can also work when you're surrounded too, which is even funnier. Having position hack work when you get surrounded is pretty much the ultimate in the call an ambulance but not for me meme. I like that little wave there. Just another one of those just animations with no dialogue, like with Haru and her father, that just add a lot of personality. Well, we have curry every night, but, it's fine. For some reason, that rabbit thing just immediately made me think of, there's this really terribly translated, like romance game involving Alice in Wonderland characters, and it was on Legends of Localization at one point, and I still have some screenshots of it saved because it's so stupid. But yeah, when you think about it, high school, especially in Japan, is a high-level dungeon. Huh, so Joker has that skill that Byleth has? I forget what it's called, but it's the one that gives adjacent allies an experience boost. Well, I mean, sometimes MP is a representation of, you know, fatigue. For a second, I actually was thinking of Inazuma 11 and how it does things, because it's quite different. Like, your equivalent of HP in that game is fatigue points that is constantly ticking down, and then you have a separate pool of points that you use for your special techniques. I still like that game because it is pretty much the closest thing to a full Blitzball game, and I actually liked Blitzball in FF10. Yeah, I mean, I kind of wonder if in the newspapers it's all over the news that, oh, hey, Okuma, I mean, because they already know about the calling card, but now they're all going to be like, also Yusuke is saying something that some people think might be the entire message of this game. Anyway, yeah, the fact that he's suddenly been in his room all the time and hasn't been making public appearances. And yeah, this is just, it's quite frank, but yeah, everything bad the media's saying right now, this time it's actually completely true. And again, he's guilty of even worse than they know.
What else should I be? Please don't take off my mask, revealing dark.
Again, who says it's a he?
The one behind the mental shutdowns. It has to be someone dangerous. Now that we're getting closer to the truth, we need to be ready for absolutely anything.
Just noticed the Tanaka thing has arrived, but I kind of wonder how many people playing this game blind for the first time, how many of them have put things together, who might be behind everything.
Oh yeah.
Then let to be found. A mirror right in front of me. That's where I found an empty.
Finally, people are acknowledging that some are going too far. But tonight, we are going to be doing, yes, we actually finally, for our last rank up of Star, we have a free train fare. It's fitting. Now, I actually don't know if you do need to pay the train fare, because on the romance route, I know this rank up takes place in your room. But this time, we still have to go to the church.
I quit the Ladies Professional Shogi Players Association. I need to start over as an amateur.
I suppose so, given that your whole ranking was based on essentially lies.
That's my intention. There were a lot of people who covered for me by saying that I was just being used by adults, but I'm the one who was most at fault. I was overconfident. If only I had taken a look at myself and properly assessed my shogi skills. I believed that with my skills, I could overcome being treated like an idol. There's nothing I can say about my mother. You didn't abandon me, even after you learned about the fixed matches. Now I know how encouraging it feels to have someone believe in you. At first, this was just a deal. You help me develop new moves, and I give you shogi lessons. But before I knew it, you became someone I couldn't do without. I'm not gonna pay attention to all the criticism anymore. This time, I'll earn everyone's praise with my own skills.
Let's start from refresh board state.
The reason I'm able to think this way is because you stuck by my side. I'm really grateful. I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy heart. Thou hast awakened to the ultimate secret of the star, granting thee infinite power.
All right.
And in this case, infinite power is kinda right, because guess who the ultimate persona of this arcana is?
All right. Lucifer!
Haleo went from broken in Persona 3 to heavily nerfed in 4 to non-existent in 5, as the ultimate star position is now occupied by the hidden aspect of the adamant rail himself. Lucifer here represents the contemporary Christian and pop culture interpretation of the devil, but the name itself was never intended that way. It's a term that first appears in the biblical book of Isaiah that's more accurately translated as morning star or shining one. It refers to the planet Venus, which, with its cycle through the sky, has been used in many cultures as a metaphor for figures that challenge the supreme gods of their pantheon or who were cast out of heaven, and more generally to signify pride before a fall. This was the context it was used in that Isaiah passage, in reference to a particular king of Babylon. It was later mistakenly translated as a proper name, and once the idea of the devil as a fallen angel became popular, the name was attributed to him. The Persona version of Lucifer originates from Shin Megami Tensei, which I've argued in the past is inspired by John Milton's Paradise Lost and Dante's Inferno. Before I go into Lucifer in gameplay, I have to mention that when the game tells you you've unlocked it by maxing out the Star Confidant, it's kind of lying. Lucifer requires a special fusion, and due to the components, you actually need to have maxed Justice, Judgment, and the Ultimate Justice requires the Ultimate Moon, so you also need to have maxed Moon, and got Strength to rank 8. And since Judgment is plot-based and Moon is practically plot-based, this means that even with special treatments, you still won't be fusing him for quite a while. But once you do have him, he offers quite a lot, most notably his trait, Allure of Wisdom. This is the source of the Star problem, as it's straight up an objectively better version of traits like Grace of Mother and Chiyo's Blessing. Once you have access to this, there is no reason to use those traits ever again. Access to it does come fairly late though, as I said. Remember that this skill works by reducing the cost of spells in battle while they're being cast. This means that while it does stack with Spellmaster, the reduction will not be reflected in the menu, and it does not affect the cost of healing spells used outside of battle. Lucifer also learns some pretty great skills, including colossal physical damage attacks, his signature move Morning Star for severe almighty area damage, Spellmaster to, again, stack with his traits, Drain Curse, which is mostly for fodder since he already does that naturally, Heat Riser, which is okay, Repel Bless gets rid of his one weakness, Insta-heal is pretty nice, although there are abilities that make you fully immune to status, and then Drain Fizz, which is always good. Lucifer's elemental resistances were also significantly improved in Royal. In the base game, he had none and still had a weakness to lights. Fans likely complained that such an iconic demon was so weak, so he now nulls physical and gun and resists the main 4 elements. And these resistances are actually carried over to Persona 5 Strikers for the most part, despite that game taking more from vanilla P5's mechanics. Finally, when itemized, Lucifer turns into the Tyrant Pistol, not only Joker's ultimate gun, but one that also gives plus 10 to magic, which is plus 20 with the doubling glitch. In an alarm, it becomes even more ridiculous, plus 15 or plus 30 magic. Now, I know for a fact from New Game Plus runs, this cannot take Joker's magic stat above 99. If it could, it would be absolutely ridiculous. But as it stands, it's more useful before you get to the higher levels. Still, it is pretty much Joker's ultimate gun, so I would highly recommend getting it. Fun fact that I literally just discovered while editing this video, this gun actually debuted in Persona 2 and was also obtained by sacrificing Lucifer in the Velvet Room, though there it went by its Japanese name, Gun of 1,000 Demons.
Well then, on to our final lesson. I truly hope that that the Phantom Thieves find my lessons useful.
You thought we were gonna get away with this, didn't you? Nope, she figured it out too.
I'm honored to hear that from one of the Phantom Thieves. I spoke to you about my mother, and then my mother changed. I knew that couldn't be a coincidence. If there's anything I can do to help, please know that you can rely on me. I will support you in whatever you want to accomplish. Now let's play a match. I have a lot of new moves I'd like to test out. I hope you're okay to stay here a while longer. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart.
And so he stayed and heard her Chunin Byor attack calls until 3 AM in the morning.